short video on tips for traveling with toddlers. This is what worked for me and our boys in our situation. Hopefully it will help you and your kids to travel and enjoy it. Maybe depending on the interest of your kids, you may need to pack a little differently, but hopefully this will give you ideas and get you started. My boys are 2 years old and they are twins. I was traveling with my two friends, and the one friend had along her two toddlers. Their ages were 1 year old and 3 years old. So we had 4 kids and 3 adults, so we were a little outnumbered, but things went okay. Thankfully things went very smooth, but thankfully the trip went well. We were traveling in a van with a bus company, so there was other people in the van with us. So we wanted to try to keep our kids fairly quiet, but the kids did quite well, even though it was a 6-hour trip. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My number 1 tip is to pack your stuff in a backpack and keep it at your feet with you. That way it's easy to just grab your stuff in and out of it as you need it, and then to pack all your clothes and the rest of your luggage in a bigger suitcase, and you can put it behind or under the bus. When you stop at bus stops and stuff, I like to be able to just throw my backpack on my back and be able to have 2 free hands to keep a hold of each toddler. If you have a bunch of bags hanging on your arm and stuff, it makes it really difficult to chase after toddlers. I should add that I was traveling basically by myself with my 2 kids. My husband and my friend's husband was also going to the same destination that we were, but they were just driving their motorbikes. Tip number 2, car sickness. My kids get car sick when they travel, so 30 minutes before we leave, I like to give them a generic form of gravel to help quiet their stomachs, help them not get motion sickness, and I always like to pack extra clothes. So I've always packed 1 set for Zeke and 1 set for Zadok, and I like to do stuff that doesn't take up much room in my bag. And I always pack a set for myself, and I like to use material that is easily wipeable, so if stuff spills on it, you can easily wipe it off. And I learned the hard way that I always want to pack extra set of clothes for myself because my boys have quite often thrown up on me. Of course, when they're not feeling good, they want mom to hold them, and so then when they do throw up, it's on me. Yay! For car sickness, I also take along extra bags, grocery bags, for them to throw up into, and then also to put in dirty clothes or trash. Tip number 3, take plenty of wipes. As a mother of toddlers, I know from experience that you will use more than you think you will. If they throw up, these make great things to wipe up the throw up with, and anything that spills or dirty faces, dirty hands, you can wipe it up with. Okay, tip number 4, take along a first aid bag. I like to put Band-Aids, Aleve, iodine, a bunch of gauze. Put it in a Ziploc bag so it's easy to grab out of your backpack if you need it. Tip number 5, a small bottle of lavender oil. Mine is essential oil, Terra name brand, blah, blah, blah. My friend just taught me this on the last trip, that lavender oil can help take away car sickness, and you just take a little bit of it, dab it on your finger and rub it behind your ears or on your wrist, and it helps to alleviate car sickness. So there you can see it's lavender. Tip number 6, a small bottle of baby powder. I like to use this when I'm traveling to put in the boys' diapers when they're sitting for long periods of time to help them not get diaper rash. And I like a small bottle because it doesn't take up much room in my backpack. Depending where you're traveling, you may want to take a big bottle of baby powder, but you can just put it in your luggage in the back because you won't use a big bottle of baby powder on the trip anyway. Okay, my next tip is, this is some stuff the boys like to play with. These are called sticky sponges, and you just make them a little bit wet. You can use wet wipes or a sponge, and then they just stick together and you can build shapes or houses or whatever you want with them. My boys enjoy just squeezing them and feeling them and stuff. Okay, next of all, I have Matchbox Cars. This was the number 1 toy my kids played with on the way when we were traveling. They are huge into Brum Brums right now. They're 2 years old and Brum Brums are just all the rage in their little worlds. So I got a pack of brand new Brum Brums, so it was something new and exciting. I had them wrapped in just like a special bag, and they had to like unwrap it and stuff, which took extra time, made it more exciting for them. And they got to play with it once we had been traveling for like a full hour, I think it was. And they played with these like the most out of anything that I took along. So depending what your kids are currently interested in, you could get like a brand new package of them. Or if you have some already, you could hide it away for a while and then get it out so it's new for the trip. But yeah, they spent a lot of time playing with Brum Brums. The number 2 thing that my kids played with the most was sticker book. This book has things that you can count in it. It has stickers in it, has a bunch of different animals. You can go over the sounds of the animals, and it has ABCs, and it has some matching, couple pages like that. And this really took the interest of my one son. He has more time for detailed stuff. The other son wasn't quite as interested in this thing. So again, it's going to depend on the interest of your kids. But yeah, they definitely enjoyed the stickers. Okay, next of all, I have a on-the-go water reveal pad. A special pen comes with it that you put water inside of it, and then you can color on these pages. They're white and they're reusable. When you make them wet, they change it in different colors, and then when they dry, they change back to white again. And my boys really enjoy these. They're not really into coloring with crayons in a coloring book yet. When they do, it lasts about 5 seconds, but this here they can do for a little while, and especially if you interact with them, they'll do it for quite a while. Next of all, I have a Ziploc bag full of bracelets. I don't know if you can see that very well, but they're different shapes and animals and stuff, different colors, and my boys enjoy discussing them, going over the colors, and just putting them on and off their arms, and they can spend quite a while doing that. Next of all, I have these. I'm not sure what you call them, but they are cardboard cut into different shapes with holes punched in it. My friend made these actually, and they're very easy do-it-yourself project, and you just use shoestring, and then the kids just can thread them in and out around the edge of each shape, and they really enjoy these. These are something that are budget friendly and easy to do. And I did have along some crayons, pens, pencils, and markers, just in a really small Ziploc bag, and some paper that they could draw and color and scribble on. My next tip is snacks. I like to take ones that are wrapped in individual packages because it makes for easy traveling. I like to take lots of options of snacks because it keeps it interesting. My boys like snacks where they can dip stuff or eat a little piece at a time. My boys can spend quite a while eating snacks, and snacks make them happy.
I also like to drink plenty when I'm traveling. Sometimes I will take along a disposable water bottle like this, or sometimes I take along a reusable water bottle like this, which keeps my water cold for a long time. To help my boys drink more, I take water flavoring along. This is a liquid water enhancer that's easy just to dump in the top of water bottles. Or I'll take along Crystal Light flavoring fruit punch or pink lemonade. There's also other flavors available.
My last tip is every kid's best friend, electronics. I saved this option for very last. You can download videos, books, and also apps. My kid's current favorite app is The Wheels on the Bus Go Round, and it's just an app where a bus comes on and you can push different things, buttons on the screen and stuff, and it makes different reactions, and it sings songs. And my boys also like apps that teach them how to count and letters, colors, etc. This is just an extra battery pack. When you're traveling on a bus, you always don't have the option of recharging your electronics, so it comes in really handy to have an extra battery pack and to be prepared. My next tip is to dress in layers. When you're traveling in a bus or a van, you never know if it's going to be cold or hot, and that way you can take or add layers as you need. We took along a blanket also just to cuddle with. My boys, when I wrap my boys in it, it helps them to be able to just relax and sleep, which is what you always want when you're traveling. Traveling with toddlers can be really stressful and exhausting. There was one point on our journey where both boys were just acting up and being a mess, and all I wanted to do was cry. Traveling with toddlers can be so stressful. It is definitely not for the faint of hearted. Definitely not for the faint of heart. So just a quick recap of my video. My biggest tips are, number 1, be prepared for a kid to get car sick. Have along extra clothes, meds, and if you can, give it to them 30 minutes before you leave so it's already in their system. Bags for them to throw up into and to clean your mess up and put it into, and lots of wipes. Tip number 2, have a new toy or one that you hid away for a while and then get out and bring along for the trip of whatever item that they're currently interested in. Number 3, have along lots of different snacks. Snacks is my kid's best friend. If you have any more tips to add to this video, please comment in the section below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be alerted of any new videos I make in the upcoming future. redo that one. Blah, 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 I can't talk. Thank you.